Yeah, so we come to all of the parties present is surrounded by the automatons. We have stabilized Tavora, who was unconscious, is now unconscious, and they say, "You are being taken to jail. Do not resist."
Couldn't even if I wanted to, pal. Whew.
If anything, I do believe that because our compatriot is in somewhat worse for wear, perhaps if this jail has some sort of medical facilities, we might get there all more quickly.
Yeah, is this like one of those famous jail/hospitals I've heard a lot about?
Your friend has been medically assisted already.
Oh, good.
Yes, well, it would be difficult, a little difficult to tell from looking at her at the moment. Could we give a little something that might pep her up a little bit? Do you have any sort of stimulants, perhaps?
Cocaine, laudanum,
Drugs are not allowed in the material planes.
alcohol.
Alcohol is allowed in the material planes.
Can I take some like booze and put it under her nose?
Yeah.
Okay. Tavora, wakey wakey.
Tavora wakes up.
Is that bourbon?
It's from Roy's private stash.
Yep. I was about to ask how Tavora drinks whiskey, and now I know.
Yeah, just lizard tongue in
I'm
that.
not going to want that back.
Well, I'll hold on to it. I got no qualms.
That was
Again, I
not
ask,
fun.
will you be taken to jail, or do you plan to resist?
Oh, I thought if it was up to us, I wouldn't go.
It
But
doesn't sound like an option, really.
let
You may
pal.
resist if you wish.
No, I mean, if we could take just a quick show of hands here. Anybody want to resist? No?
You can
Go
see
on,
that
down.
Harrison is bleeding profusely from multiple bullet wounds and is panting really hard.
He just has like an itchy, like twitchy hand on his back.
Yeah. No, I don't believe that we will resist. We'll just come along with you, absolutely.
Great choice.
I can sense that.
And one robot each grabs a hold of you, not like in a forceful way. They're politely just like holding you by the arm.
Polite but
How
firm.
firm? How firm, if I may?
And which one has whomst?
Pretty firm.
Good. That's all.
Well, all right, off to jail, I guess.
Cool. They
What a
escort
fun
you.
start.
Well, what do you expect to happen when you fail to heist a train?
Yeah, we'll call this the the cave. I guess if we're in the hero's journey, we're gonna.
Great. You are now you've been taken to the jail. You've been put all in one kind of big cell.
I do like 2 peace signs for the mugshot. It takes 30 minutes because the edit is a little thing.
Throughout, yeah, it's a whole involved process. Everybody's booked.
Theodosius definitely can't give fingerprints at all.
It just keeps getting the page wet.
They spend a long time trying to figure out what to do with you.
Yeah.
Before the programming just says, put them in the cell. They put you all in the cell.
Are we all in one cell?
Yeah.
Okay.
All good.
Then most of them leave. There's 2 guards outside the cell, 2 robots.
Theodosius clears his throat, which just sounds like a gurgling sewer drain. Yeah, just like. I do get the distinct sense that perhaps things went a bit sideways on top of the train.
Theodosius, there's never been a more truer sentence said, and I've said a lot of sentences. We fucked up. We did it so bad.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't bring acid splash to a gunfight.
Now, what do you all find yourselves in the midst of?
Well, you back me up on anything I miss, okay?
Okay.
Well, before you were knocked out.
Yeah, right. I missed a lot.
We jumped in to take out the apparatus upon which the laser gun was built.
How big was it?
Honking big there, Joe. You saw it, didn't you?
Oh, I did indeed.
It's big. It's so
It was
big.
intimidatingly so.
It towered above the train, and we jumped inside thinking, well, they probably have some guards. It's probably not heavily fortified. They're trusting that the fortifications on the gun itself is enough.
Mm-hmm.
We were so so wrong in so many ways. I don't know why anyone let me make the plan. You can see that Harrison started to tear up. I'm more of a fighter. I'm built for damage, not for thinking. I've got a -1 intelligence score modifier. I can't. There were 5 people. They almost killed Tavora.
Harrison has a flashback to his days as a gangster. His boss.
Roy,
yeah, a little hand on his back.
Roy, I think perhaps-
I also have a -1 intelligence modifier. I get it.
Thanks, bud.
It's tough being dumb.
It's so hard. People just expect you to talk and think at the same time.
Dusty Joe, do you think you might offer Harrison a hug? I'm told that, again, my hugs are not always welcome.
I
feel
will-
kind of clammy.
Absolutely offer a hug. However, please know I am molting right now, so don't say anything. My feathers might end up in places.
I will say many words over the course of this evening, but none of them will be about your molting. You have that as a promise, Joe.
Thank you. A little feather.
I hug, like Harrison does that kind of hug where you're like trying not to cry, where it's like a really tense hug and then it starts to loosen up, and then there's just like water where Harrison's just like, "Ugh, I almost lost a friend. Oh God, Joe,
It's gonna be okay.
Oh Chet, where's Chet?
Uh-oh.
That's a good
That's
question.
such a-
Can Harrison do an investigation check of the cell for Chet? Nat 20.
You know for a fact Chet is not in this cell.
He ain't here. I've searched high and low. I throw the bucket over across the cell. I flip the cot. I'm like, where is he?
Well, last we saw, he was in the train, on the train, headed towards the kitchen car.
Did we send him in alone?
He got hired. I helped him get hired. He got a job as a cook. He didn't like the fact we had to do vegetables though.
So I'm guessing he never clocked out.
I do think that rather he found himself rather caught up in the moment. We know how much he can get caught up in the moment, right? And when he's in the midst of his kind of visionary chatting, and perhaps he did not leave. But that is a predicament that we will have to address shortly. However, our predicament might be a bit more of the moment.
Yeah, we're in jail and he's not.
That is a pretty succinct summation of events.
Well, I'm also curious, does anybody remember what the stated punishment for all crimes in the
It was
material?
death.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was death.
Oh, it's not good that we're in here.
So do we just take like a long rest and get out of here first thing at dawn, or what are we feeling, gang?
Hey, Theodosius? Theo, if I may.
Dosh, if you don't mind.
Okay, Doge. From what I can see, and do not take offense to this, you don't have bones, right? This is a touchy
No, as a matter of fact, I do not have bones. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes.
What
Were
is
you just
keeping-
being hurtful? Or
No,
were you
I
having
was
fun?
just saying. What is keeping you in here with us?
The friendship,
Well, I mean,
a sense of camaraderie.
in the cell.
You know. Oh well.
Do you also have a -1 intelligence score? You're so welcome to the club.
Well, here's the thing. How much of this feels like it's within earshot of those robots?
All of it.
Okay, yeah. There are certain things that, I'm a very private person, and I don't wish to discuss in public, as he sort of gestures at the backs of the robots.
Okay. I don't get what you're meaning, but I trust you.
And then uses message to send to each of the people, kind of like round robin style, I suppose. Like, yes, I can slip out through the bars, but finding that gets me out, that does not get you all out. And as we have found, the times we have split up have not gone particularly well for us. Now, I can flee in shame in my squishy form, but I would prefer to find some sense some plan, some...
Well, hold on, I have an idea.
Yes, Dusty Joe.
What if when you slip out undetected,
Mm-hmm.
I start maybe singing a song or performing a performance, and I'm the distraction, so that way you can unlock the door or go get the keys.
I mean, I think that is a very common suggestion. I might wonder about whether or not such clockwork, mechanistic fellows as our guards might be swayed by the kind of allure of your song. Then again, you have seduced a trade, so what am I to say of your abilities? I have nothing but the surest confidence in you.
Ah, boomer.
No, Chet, they're there, mon chéri. Yeah, all right. So that's one option, is...
Well, we could also start a fight between two of us whilst she slips out, and then when they gotta come in and reprimand us guard-like, you could get the key then, while they're distracted by us causing a tussle, you know, in a big cartoon pile of dust, arms, little stars, and ampersands.
I can picture it so clearly in my mind.
I like to paint with words.
It's one of the things that we first found about one another.
Yeah.
We are a similarly loquacious bent. Yeah, let's, okay, so perhaps we could start a couple of distractions if we want within both perhaps the more alluring type with the song, with a little bit of sugar, and then a little bit of salt.
We give them options.
That's right,
We give them options.
Yeah. Be distracted by A or be distracted by B.
Or anybody got a C or a D?
That was something we were supposed to go back to at a certain point.
Oh, sexual
Yeah.
yeah. I see what you mean. That was
A
good.
little low on the, well remembered.
Well, remember, that's from session 1.
That's a callback.
Well, I think we could certainly attempt that, and I could, do we know the way out through the, so something that we might want to think about is like, once I get the keys, then how do we make our way out through this very busy station filled with other clockwork, mechanistic lawmen? Especially as the two of you are in a bad way.
We're hurt really bad.
Yeah.
And we have proven time and time again that stealth is not our, Dosh, you got a word for it?
Forte.
Forte.
It's not your 40.
It's not my 40.
Nor your 30, nor your 20, I think.
Nope.
No.
All the way down to -1, bud.
We could disguise ourselves as robots.
I like it,
I think it could work.
but I would.
Now I am still very unwell, so don't necessarily take my ideas as the number one plan. I would be okay with that being like plan D. I think plan C should be we just sit in here and have a powwow and get to know each other better.
I like that one.
I would
I do
also
like
like
that.
that.
Honestly, it's been a long day.
That's true. The role play part of this game is
I
my
feel it difficult to recall the last time that I've supped or taken my repast either, and I wonder perhaps they might allow us a last meal before executing us. Mr. Bekah there, this all having taken place kind of round robin the message, and then now out loud. Excuse me, Mr. What would I call you?
I am designated as Guardbot 28.
Well, Mr. Officer 28, if I may call you such, if that's not too familiar, is there any sort of like last meal for the condemned? Or what is the process after this? Like, does someone come in here and shoot us in the cell, or are we taking somewhere else? I'd just like to know a few more details, if you
Yeah,
don't
they
mind.
put us down like horses.
If you don't mind indulging the curiosity of one humble ooze.
First, there will be a trial.
How very exciting.
Once you're found guilty, you will be taken to the town square and hung up.
And I imagine you've seen any number of prisoners come and go here. How many of them have been found guilty?
100%.
I did.
You would not be in
suspect.
prison if you were not guilty.
So, and how long do we have until all of this happened? And again, anything about that meal?
You may have a meal. Your trial is set for 27 days from today.
Well, look at that. Look at that. 27 days. Think of all we could accomplish in 27 days.
I can't. I'm bleeding so much. I need a nap.
would you like?
So
I would love food.
yeah, let's get some food in here. Let's get you some rest, because I do think we at least have that much time. And then perhaps we might reconvene once we have gotten you healed up a bit.
Great. The robots bring you 6 cloches of food.
Cloches. Goodness. It's so very fancy.
What is it?
What?
It's like
The serving tray thing on the top. But
fancy room service.
you notice there's 6 trays and only 5 of you in this cell.
Hey, gang. There's 6 trays and only 5 of us.
And you look real hard to make sure Chet wasn't in here somewhere.
Yeah, I made sure. I flipped the cot. Sorry, by the way. I straightened it back up.
I think the cot's not so much of an issue as the bucket. The bucket you have flipped everywhere. It seems like that's more of an issue, especially since it was half full.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I did not pay attention to that.
It is a normal reaction. Some prisoners often kick the bucket.
Wait now.
Now, hold on.
Was that a joke?
Was that a
28? Was that a joke?
I am not programmed for humor.
But are you trying to
Have you evolved human?
What? No.
Are you? Is the
Are you
robot
sure?
sweating?
Make
You
the
ever-
robot.
Many prisoners are frustrated and physically kick the poop bucket.
Oh, you're being literal. All
Yes.
right. Well,
Was that comical?
yes.
Yes,
That was
absolutely.
Kind of good at
It
it.
was
Yeah.
quite good.
It's pretty good.
I must get my programming inspected.
You know, there's a.
And we're just spitballing here, or maybe your talents are wasted in this particular environment. Have you thought of taking this act out on the road? Have you ever wanted to be a performer, to have your moments in the spotlight, the light shining down on that very shiny skin of yours?
No!
Hey, 28, we got an extra meal in here if you want to come and join us.
There are 5 meals for 5 prisoners.
And it's just sort of like whatever the mental equivalent of like a poke is like, let's leave the 6th one alone for now, shall we?
Roy, let it die. It's okay. Don't stop. Put your hands down. Stop counting.
Well, thank you, 28. If you don't mind, we're very private people when it comes to eating. Would you mind looking away while we eat?
Of course. And they both of the robots turn to face the wall with their backs to you.
Theodosius motions to Dusty Joe and points to the 6th one and kind of, why don't you open that up,
All
Jim?
right. I take a little claw out and I lift it up.
And inside you find Chet's cowboy chef hat. And a note.
Chacuse!
What's it say?
It's addressed to Theodosius.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Mr. Amebode, we have your friend, Chet. If you want him back, a deal could be arranged. You will be pardoned for any crimes committed in the material planes up until this moment that you finish reading this document. Meet me at the water park in 2 days. Signed.
Stops reading right then. And kind of covers the last part of the letter. Just pausing for a moment, because it does seem that I'm being offered a way out for us, but it says that we will not be held, will not be held accountable for any crimes committed right up to the point where I finished reading this letter. I've now finished reading this letter, so I'm just leaving the option of crimes open for us if we would like them.
That's
Yeah.
really smart.
That's really
Yeah.
smart. That's like plus 12.
That's like Catholic
Yeah.
workaround right there. I like that. That's pretty good.
Because I feel as though, I'm taking this a bit literally, I do feel as though, I'm very familiar with magical contracts, I shall say. So, if I think we can deduce who this letter is from, because it certainly appears to be from Mr. Calvasius himself. So I don't have to read the last bit of the letter here. I'm just going to fold it right up and put it into my pocket. And just now knowing that we have a small legal loophole, and Lord knows over the years that I've worked for Baird and Theodosius, my veritable patron, I found any number of legal loopholes to be helpful. Now, I don't know exactly the deal that's being offered, but it is going to take place at the water park in 2 days. And I know some of us have some very strong feelings about that water park.
It's too wet. It's too wet.
That's right. That's right.
I appreciate the fervor with which you express yourself, Tavora, Ms. Jinx. So, but this does seem like this gets us out of the jail. It gets us back in front of Calvacius. Now he's going to be very prepared, but it does seem like it meets a number of the needs that the training job initially was supposed to provide, but without, maybe all of the things that went wrong. A second chance, if you will.
We can go, but we need to leave the crime letter open in case I want to deface something.
Again, I've not read the last bit of it. I folded it in my pocket.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
What if there's some like particularly fun horses to steal?
Again, Harrison, I was keeping that in mind as well, knowing, as you've mentioned on many other occasions, it has been your predilection for criminality that it has put the strain on your marriage, not to bring up a sore point.
Yeah. Well, it's also put quite. Was that necessary, Joe? You gotta hoot when I have a problem maritally. You gotta be a woo. That's really wow.
She's an owl, she can't help it.
She can't help me
She
catty.
can't hoot. She's an owl.
It's a hoot. I hoot.
I've also, not to bring up too much drama, but I've also got a strained relationship with my 9-year-old daughter. So,
One of the
You
guards
brought that one
goes,
up.
28, I swear to God.
Again, I think your talents are wasted here. And also, this is Joe literally giving a hoot for you.
You know what, Joe? I may have misread that. I'm pretty worked up right now. As I said, I'm pale and trembling from blood loss.
Yeah.
I should probably drink some of
None of us are
whatever.
at our best. Would you describe, if you would, the food that's been served to us that's not the letter?
Oh, okay, yeah, good. I'm just excited. I like descriptions. Just describe things. I'm sorry, I'm derailing the show. Go. Yeah,
it's a very nice plate of steamed vegetables and fruits, and just it's a vegetarian meal.
Are the fruits also steamed?
Some.
It's like a Zelda beagle.
Yeah. They threw it all into a big pot with chili peppers and
Ooh, I get cold resistance from this one.
I love hot melons.
you hear 28 go,
You think that's funny?
no.
You ought to go down to the improv saloon. I've heard they're doing classes. They've got a training center.
We do get brought down to Roy's occasionally as well, but it really turns into general fisticuffs and merriment after a certain point.
That's true.
Like most
That's
improv
probably
scenes.
that's probably my
We get a number of like -1 intelligence folks together with low intelligence, and you tell them to do improv. The line between that and violence gets very thin very quickly.
They get very dedicated to
On the
the
physical
acting.
acting,
Yeah.
okay.
They're very dedicated physically and emotionally. And
Very
sometimes,
hard.
Like body work.
yeah,
Great.
yeah.
Cool. So
It
you've got
seems
this.
like if we can make this robot laugh hard enough, we might be able to just walk right past him.
But we do find ourselves though with the other one who has not responded to any of our entreaties thus far.
I bet we can break him.
But you have this note. What are you trying to do now?
I mean, I would say that we agreed to it, and 28, we did receive a communication from Mr. Calvacius indicating, requesting our presence in 2 days at the water park. Since you all served these dishes to us, I'm assuming that you might be in perhaps play a role in retrieving a reply.
I have no record of a letter from Philip Calvacius.
How delightful.
Maybe you just read the first name.
Well, maybe wait here. Ms. Jinx, would you read the last part of the letter? If I don't read the last part of the letter, but you do, then we're fine.
I'll take a look at it. My
Alright.
eyes are just rolling
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's signed. It's signed.
P. Hold on. It takes a
No.
long time for me to read.
It's not P.
It's not P.
No, it's J.
I can't read.
It starts with a J.
I can't. I should have told you I'm illiterate.
Well, this is a very unfortunate
Do you want
time
me to
come
read
that
it?
You have a minus one
I'll
intelligence.
try my best.
That's not enough.
That's the joke. I know you can.
I definitely 100% can read.
Yeah,
Oh,
again,
come
you
on.
stated in that way.
May I read it, please?
Are you asking? Yeah, he's got the letter.
Yeah.
Sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's signed by Jebediah Stone. You recall Jebediah Stone is the man who approached you for gambling with water rights.
But does the letter offer, I'm asking you, Destiny Joe, like, does the letter
Am
offer?
I allowed to say that who it was?
Well, I assume that's the only way you can tell them what it says.
I can tell them what it says as long as he hasn't read it, right?
You're assuming this is some sort of magical contract.
It is.
And why would we not? I've already,
Because you're correct. Now that it's been,
one
now
magic
that it's been signed, the robot, you see a shift in the robot's expression.
The puzzle was read the letter, and we didn't read the letter. Dang it, foiled again by basic comprehension.
Mine's fun, mine's
Ask
fun.
questions, read letters. We're bad at that.
Bad at
The robot just goes, "Why are you in the jail cell? This is for prisoners only. Please leave." And they open the door.
Okay.
Well,
Don't look this gift horse in the mouth. Move, move,
we
move.
wouldn't walk
We are not horses. Do not attempt to
It's
ride
a-
us.
I don't want to explain every idiom I say from get out, everyone go.
Right, so we make our way out of the cell. Does anyone say any parting words to 28 before we leave?
I'm gonna pat on that.
Okay.
Chase your dreams, silly boy.
I just mouth, call me.
And I hand him a business card for the training improv saloon.
You don't have your boomerang. How do you leave him your number?
No, I left my boomerang. Oh God. I just say call me and forget that I don't have a number to give it.
Or a phone.
Smoke signal me.
They're sitting in a contraband box.
All right, so we pick up our weapons, and since we have nothing left to do at this particular moment,
Boy,
I know a place.
fair enough, and we head to Roy's.
cool. So we're gonna. All right, we go back. We gather the horses we rode in on, which I want to point out because it's been bothering me since it happened. Your plan was to have these horses waiting for you somewhere along the train car route,
Yeah, at the
Okay.
crossroads.
and we checked them in at town.
Yeah, we never put them at the crossroads.
Got it.
So it was doomed to fail from the start.
Cool. I want to point that out because it's really been bothering me that you brought it up so many times as part of the plan.
There's
Hey,
nothing
listen.
like being critiqued on your plan by your DM on stage.
It stinks.
I'm sorry.
It stinks.
Cool. So we all
When
we hop
God
on horses,
admonishes you in front of a crowd.
go to Roy's.
That's the new slogan.
pretty good.
That's
Write it down.
slogan.
Write it down.
Chet would love
When
this.
God calls you an idiot, go to Roy's.
What?
Cool. We get on our horses. We drive back to Freedom Creek.
Over the ridge and down to the creek.
Yes. Yeah. The creek led to the town, but the water levels have been going down, so it's more of a ridge now.
I see. Yeah, so I would imagine we head into Roy's, all of it worse for wear, and Theodosius just sort of gives Roy what appears to be a nod and heads behind the bar and starts pulling out handles of whiskey and setting them on the bar for people.
Yeah, that's probably appropriate at that moment.
I grab it and I start drinking immediately.
Cool.
Well, I suppose we better rest up and get you all healed up before we, and then we know in another day or so, we go to the water park.
That's right. Guess so.
Everybody can take the benefits of a long rest if you need
Yay.
them.
Full health.
You're good. One hit, one hit.
I was at 6.
Oh.
No, I don't even know what I'm doing.
Okay. So, are we doing anything in preparation for going to the water park?
You know, our sunscreen up.
Do you have a pair of trunks that doesn't ride up? Because if it's good, they're gonna ride up.
That's true. Well, they're pretty good. They're above they're above the knee, and then they hug the thighs pretty tight, so they don't ride up there. And then they've got like a built-in anti-bunching inseam. It's pretty good. I'm thinking about patenting them. Patenting them. Putting them.
How's that sound, Joe?
Patented.
Patent them.
Yeah, I think it's sort of a tonal.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right,
Language
so
is incredible.
All right, so we're gathered down in the bar. Again, everyone kind of well liquored up and slept most of that off, I'm assuming. So looking a bit worse for wear, still, but in a different and more interesting way. And so, you know, we have tried to prepare. Now we've had 2 plans go marvelously awry, and maybe that's simply because we've got 2 rather brawny folks and 3 highly charismatic folks and no intelligent folks or wise folks with us at the moment.
On and raise a smart boy.
Yeah.
I can't even keep a marriage together, much less a plan.
Oh, no. Did you have that last handle of we had our talk last night?
Should we prepare a handle for this trip, you think?
Maybe. I don't know. Preparation is our strong suit. I'm just going to come out and say it. Maybe preparation is not the way we go. Maybe we wing it.
Maybe we just wing it. Maybe we get to know each other on the ride. Maybe a series of one-on-one scenes.
Maybe it's a matter of building trust and a sense of, you know, kind of syncopation and connection and a synergy with one another. So we're just flowing. We're just flowing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just doing smooth jazz with it now. Now we're just improvising. We know what we can do. We've read our character sheets multiple times. We've got it. We're just going to be in a flow state.
So we're just gonna head out to the water park?
Well, I mean, I would like to hear from Ms. Jinx and Dusty Joe on that particular point.
Oh, I love doing things without a plan, so I say we do that.
All right.
I have no better plan than no plan, so.
Well, if
Roy, as our sort of current patron, how do you feel about this?
Well, not really a thinker, more a feeler, you know. And most of the time that feeling is anger. So, we're dealing not with that, but you know.
So, you mainly feel angry and you want to find some course, an outlet for that. Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like we're all in concert with one another as far as like our approach we want to take. Do we want another operational name for this particular non-plan?
maybe like Operation Six Flags Over Gunfire? Is that anything? No bad ideas if we're just spitballing.
But Wet and Wild?
Operation Wet and Wild,
Yeah.
nice. What if we call it Operation Lazy River and we keep them confused? We make them think, we don't really care, and then bang bang, and then they're dead. How about that?
I like the energy behind it for sure.
What about Operation No Bunch in My Swim Trunks?
Oh.
That's got some flair, because then we could advertise for my swim trunk line I'm doing.
It's sort of dual purpose in that particular sense.
Starting to feel vaguely capitalistic, but I'm still into it.
I'm enterprising, that's all I'm saying.
I think Wet and Wild is our best.
I think Wet and Wild's the name, Joe. Good job.
That's the surface non-plan, and then the hidden non-plan is no bunch of these swim trunks, right? Yeah, all right.
And we'll all wear a
Because
pair.
the most important part of this is to make sure that it's named appropriately, so when we refer to it later, in our memoirs.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Do y'all want a pair? I sewed you all a pair if you want one.
When did you? I don't even know how you found time for that. How
When did you get
what
my
is
size?
What absolutely? Well, you
I can
leave your
eyeball
clothes
it.
lying around a lot.
That's
You've got
true.
so many clothes. Yeah.
And Theodosius can kind of like up and down, upscale, downscale. You know, he can downsize, upscale, whatever.
I'm sort of one size fits all in many respects.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of eyeballed everybody else. So we're gonna hope for the best. That was like a drawstring.
A huge chunk of my feathers just molts.
Yeah.
Can I have that, please? Thank you.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
No,
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
So the idea is that we all come looking as though we're ready for a day at the water park.
Yeah. I've got sunscreen on.
Lull them into a false sense of security.
Sure. Is this too much planning?
It's too much planning.
It's too
You're
much
right. Let's
planning.
just go.
Let's just go.
All right. We set out to the water park. It's called, water park is called Acorn.
Acorn.
Just acorn? Just acorn.
Well, Philip Calpasius' Acorn Water Park.
Oh, okay.
People just call it Acorn.
I was about to say, sure, that'd take longer than me to think of it.
They really do think no bad ideas, huh? Wow.
Everything there is very centered around acorns.
Okay.
Like the front signage is an acorn. There's a giant acorn mascot that wanders around the park.
Okay.
What's his name?
Yeah, what's his name?
Corny.
Yeah,
It does feel as though they picked a theme, and then they decided to make everything about the theme without ever really getting a second opinion.
These are the people running out of business.
Yeah, these are the people running you out of business, Roy.
I come running back with like a cup of like, guys, free soda refills. Look at this, you can drink all you can all day.
And it's just like a giant acorn cup.
Yeah. It's got a screw-on little top lid thing. Yeah.
I guzzle down a bunch of Sprite. I take off back to get more soda.
Oh God.
Well, before all that, okay, you arrive there, and there's like, you gotta go through the ticket checker.
Oh yeah, we've got to actually enter a water park.
Theodosius in the swim trunks and the bowler hat and the paste-on mustache walks up to the ticketing booth. Yes, we would care for 5 tickets to the water park. Or we are here for a business meeting, though, not for our own merriment, despite our particular garb, though. We're here to meet with Jebediah Stone.
You still gotta buy a ticket for business meetings.
All right, then. With 5 tickets then. How many outbound bucks is that?
5
All right.
Each or total?
total.
Oh my God.
This person looks like their soul's been crushed.
These workers need to
Yeah.
unionize.
What is your name now?
Jessica.
Jessica? Wow.
Yeah. Jessica, forgive me for, here, we gathered up the funds here. Forgive me for saying so, but are you happy?
Do I look happy?
No, you
No.
look as though someone shot your dog.
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Oh my God.
That would make sense.
Why?
It's a very
They said
specific
no
look you
pets.
have on your face.
They said no pets
Mhm.
in order to work here?
Yep.
What?
And you took the job?
They didn't tell me until after I took the job.
Oh my God. This place is evil.
Yeah.
Jessica, have you heard about unionizing?
No.
You should talk to our friend Kevin. We're gonna hook you guys up, okay? I slide another business card.
Alright, here's your tickets. Have fun.
Thank you, Jessica. We'll
Have an acorn time.
oh dear, they do make you say that, don't they? All right. Well,
It doesn't even fucking make
It
sense.
doesn't-
It doesn't mean anything.
Roy just spends the time sitting there like,
Have
what
an
does
acorn
that,
time.
is it me not understanding it, or does it not make sense?
Roy, I don't think that's it at all, pal. I think it means nothing. I think it's just branded company jargon. Yeah.
So you all enter the water park.
mm-hmm.
You go get your acorn cup of sodas.
Resplendent in our trunks.
Yeah.
Tavora, how are you feeling being at the place you hate so much?
You look pretty
No
upset.
words could describe the rage that's inside of me right
Yeah.
now. Seeing these water slides and people enjoying them.
Yeah, the park is replete with business. There's so many people running around.
It's gross.
As Tavora gets more agitated, do her eyes like
They stay
get
kind of still and they just
Okay.
start like vibrating.
vibrating? All right, yeah, yep.
Can I get you anything? Mountain Dew? Sprite? Diet Pip?
Yeah.
I'll go get you a Diet Pip.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Roy just kind of mumbles to himself, "Oh, so this is what it's like to have things to do."
There's so much things to do.
Wow, there's so much to, yeah. Harrison's thinking that to himself. Wow, there's so much to do here. I come back with your Diet Pip.
Cool. You just immediately try to go find Jebediah.
I would imagine, yes.
Yeah, we go to Jebediah for sure.
You wander around looking for the business office. The office.
whatever the most business side of this
Yeah.
water park looks like, that's where we're looking for.
It's like the wave
Where's the
pool.
conference room?
There's one building that's just a solid square with no like windows
No
or
chutes?
It's the one
No
off
ladders?
break
No,
off
No
theme.
tubes coming out of
Nope.
it, protruding from the
just
sides.
a box.
It's
with
not
a door.
acorn themed.
Nope.
It's off.
This is
It's like it's the one thing in here that doesn't scream water park.
Like acorn
What
scream
kind of-
water park.
what kind of ride is that? I wonder.
I don't know, why don't you go find out?
All right, I investigate the square.
Give me an investigation roll.
Yeah, baby. Fuck yeah, that's a 2.
You are convinced this is some elaborate ride.
This has got to be a wave pool.
So much so that you think you ought to scale it to get up there to ride down.
I just go and jump 10 feet in the air and kind of smack into the wall,
Yeah.
and then just kind of face slide
Give
down.
me an athletics check.
You're more like a Looney Tune than anyone I've ever met.
Literal Bugs Bunny right here.
That's a 13.
Yeah, if you 20 this, you're gonna be able to scale it, but you slide down to the ground uninjured.
I turn around. Well, from what I can tell, not a wave pool.
Can I investigate the key?
We can just
Sure.
go in.
Oh, we can go in! Oh my god, let's do that.
Is there a door?
Yes. The door
I learned to
says.
learn that in the investigation.
Wait,
Did no one
something
see
else?
the door?
The door says.
Can we go in?
Philip Foundation is Acorn Water Park offices.
Oh my god.
Harrison, you know I never like to question your method.
Sure.
You're such a visceral actor in many ways. And I know you have to really kind of feel your way into a scene in some way.
Sure.
I might suggest we take the door inside though.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I adjust my bandolier of guns and just kind of like march in.
So is there a bandolier on the swim trunks?
Yeah, I sewed it in.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
Guns are allowed at Acorns.
Yeah, all the swim trunks have bandoliers on them actually.
I made room for all your guns.
Part of what helps with the bunching, honestly. You know.
Mine-
You gotta make sure that's in the costume.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mine are black and with gold filigree, or Tavora's are orange. Roy's are red for his rage. Theodosius's match his like tone, jelly tone, and then Dusty Joe's have fringe on them.
Great, you walk into the offices with
Just the surest confidence of being well dressed. Yeah, and what presents us?
the first thing there's like a reception area.
Is there a receptionist?
Yes.
May I approach the receptionist?
You may. As you do so, they go, oh, sorry, this is not a ride. You look like you're here for the water park. I just want to make sure everybody knows this is not a ride. These are the offices.
I already know it's not a
I don't want to make it sound like we think you're illiterate, but I just want to make sure you understand.
Some of us
appreciate
might
the
do
honesty.
so.
We're here for business.
Also, what's your name?
My name's John.
Hi, John. How's your family? How's your kids? How's your wife? How's your friend's wife? How's your friend's wife's neighbor's cat?
Good, fine, a little sick right now, and the cat just had a nice little litter of kittens.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Right? And they're all little angels.
Of course they are. They're kittens.
Yeah, I'm gonna adopt one of them when they're old enough to leave their mother.
Oh, you seem like you're ready and
Don't
fit to
bring
be
it
a
to the
cat
park.
parent.
Oh no pets allowed at the park.
Yeah,
Oh
sorry.
yeah.
Just that moment.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. We did just learn that. That was really scary. Yeah, please don't bring it here.
How about you? How's your wife? How's your kids? How's your dog? How's their neighbor's dog?
I definitely have all of those, and they're all a hoot.
Awesome. Who are you here to see today? Who are we
We're here to see Jebediah Stone.
Great. If y'all have a seat, Mr. Stone, I'm sure will be with you very shortly.
All right. I start reading whatever magazines are available in the waiting room.
It's all stuff about Philip Calfacius.
Oh look, another fluff piece.
I just like start ripping some of them, just like quietly handing the table.
I
Just
hand
spell
you.
check. Or it was called sleight of hand.
Okay. Mine's better. It's not. It's somewhere.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Those are good noises. Yeah.
Now he makes those noises all the time.
He does. Yeah, that's why I'm not sure.
A 10.
Ooh, right in the
Okay.
middle there.
You notice the receptionist catches you ripping out an article.
I slowly, with eye contact, rip just a little bit slower. Can I attempt to intimidate?
Yeah, let's go. I'll help on that. Yeah, if it doesn't go well, I'll help. I know you're a barbarian.
A 19.
Yeah.
He quickly goes back. looking at whatever he, like writing something down.
Yeah, keep your nose out of our business, John.
But not too far out of our business, John.
Mind you, that John has confirmed he has a wife and kids.
I
Oh,
threw my
John.
boomerang with my number.
Give me a good attack roll.
Oh my god. 17.
All right, roll damage.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, roll damage. You hit him with a boomerang.
Oh no. You're gonna kill John.
Like 4 damage.
4 damage. Make a charisma save.
Like a 15.
We'll give you advantage because he's currently intimidated by roll.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll it one more time. It's a 15.
All right. You see, like, ow! And then he sees his got your number and he's like, I'm flattered, but I have a wife and kids, and I'm in a very happy marriage. Thank you, though.
I start molting more.
I pat Joe's shoulders comfortingly.
Like a couple
Would you
more
like to
patches.
go to, do you need the bathroom to
What
deal
do
with that?
What are you
or
referring to?
The,
What are you talking about?
nothing? The
Yeah, that's
nothing?
what I thought.
Okay. Goes back to writing. Eventually, he says, all right, Mr. Stone's ready for you. If you'll head over to his office.
I throw one of the magazines away on our way out.
Sorry, I should clarify, just you, I believe.
Oh. And Theodosius just messages the others and just said like, I'll keep in constant contact here. I think we're in an office, not out. I think this is relatively safe. All right, yeah, sure. And straightens the bandolier on his trunks and walks back.
You come into the office, there's a very small office chair on one side, on your side of this massive, massive desk. And Jebediah is sitting in a very luxurious, almost just a recliner. He says, Mr. Amebode,
Mr. Stone,
good to see you again.
I wish I could say the feeling was mutual, but
Well, worse circumstances for sure than our first meeting.
certainly. Well,
Not of my doing. You've put yourselves in this predicament, I believe.
you know, I often ask myself, is it the individual or is it the system in which they are forced to act that is at the very root of the evils that bespell our society? But we're here to speak business, so let's
Yes,
speak
that's
like
questions
businessmen.
beyond the scope of our business meeting. So, I assume you would like your friend Chet back.
I think you could, as an open bid, yes, I think we could safely say that we would like our friend Chet back.
Perfect.
Have you had his tacos?
I have.
They're amazing.
They're full of rocks and dirt.
I have never had the food of my people rendered in such splendid, visceral, gustatory glory.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed them. So, let's talk about getting your friend back.
Yes, let's.
I believe all of the water rights you have within the next 50 miles ought to suffice.
So here's the thing. Those are not my water rights. They belong very much to my employer,
And I suppose this is not your friend. He belongs to Mr. Calvacius now.
See the point that you are making? Let us entertain briefly the idea that I might have the wherewithal to sign over those rights. What assurances will we have that Chet will be brought to us unharmed?
That is a question that you like to grapple with. I cannot assure you anything beyond the word of Mr. Calvacius, and he is a man of his word. He has not ever lied.
Now see, that sounds like the sort of story that very wealthy men tell about themselves. And you and I both know that the wealthy do whatever they need to stay wealthy. And we work for those wealthy men in order to become wealthy. So,
And it works for me.
obviously, that is just a sailing vessel of a desk that you have there.
It does in fact double as a flotation device.
I might imagine you're kind of off time in the lazy river. I get off topic. And as he sort of like rambles for a moment, is conveying like all of this via message to the rest of the group. Any feedback from the group on this particular offer?
Is this the first time Harrison's ever heard about you working for the guy? Is it common knowledge?
Baird wants it, like, because at some point, Theodosius has like approached a lot of people around town offering to buy up the water rights for the Baird.
Yeah.
So it would, yeah, it's a fairly common matter, of course.
I think we also established you had approached Harrison about some water rights in relation to the farm.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure. I thought that was the case,
Yeah.
but I want to run whatever emotional reaction through that. No.
Filter it as needed.
Does Royce have any water rights?
No.
Okay.
That'd be something to do.
Fair enough.
So once again, one sentence pitch, the deal is trading Chet for the water rights.
Which is eminently within my wherewithal, but will, I think, rather upset my employer. Now, I've had to smooth things over with him before when I've had my foibles occasionally. I feel as though I might be able to do so again, potentially. It would be a lot of, a lot of groveling on my end, but it would mean Chet back. I don't know, Jinx, you've got such a candid business mind. What say you?
I don't know, I feel like he's not being entirely truthful about returning Chet to us unharmed.
I don't have the greatest of trust in that. Oh, and Destiny Joe, just for your particulars, and because I know you're going to ask, here's a detailed physical description of Jebediah Stone.
Jebediah Stone is a meat slab of a man. He's very muscular, but not like overly muscular, just like in a very professional suit. He's got on, it's all black.
Attainably attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like Joe finds everybody in their league.
Yes. Especially drinks.
Do I know Stone? Have I run into Stone?
No,
No, I don't know Stone.
you do not.
I think we have relatively few options on the table in front of us, and so I'm going
We
to
could-
take
Take the deal.
questionable measure of doing this, because I know I can try and apologize my way, I think, out of this with my employer, but we can't apologize our way out of our friend and his magnificent cuisine
And
coming
don't-
back into our lives. So we'll have to think on our feet as to whether we'll be able to double cross.
I was gonna say, we talked about not planning so much back at Roy's, and I feel like we're getting stuck in a loop of trying to plan on our feet. You gotta go with your heart. What does your heart tell you, Dosh? Or what is your
Jebediah
emotion?
interjected. So are you okay? You've been sitting here quietly for several minutes.
I'm just
I know it's a big question.
just ruminating.
Show up and take your time.
I think perhaps within, what if we scale that down to the nearest 25 miles instead of 15? What would we say that? What a little negotiation?
You can give me a persuasion roll.
That'd be a 15.
$25 is a bit low. You do also still owe me for losing at the game.
Again, the game. Well,
It's not my fault that you didn't read the rules.
I suppose I just had never played with the house rules that allow for 5 aces and a hand of poker. But you're right. Shame on me for not looking more at it.
So
All
how
right,
about-
very well. If it's
But
gonna be,
if 50,
if it's gonna be 40, let's make it 40. 40 miles more, all around, just like we were talking about.
You're another persuasion game. it's two.
Oh, man.
40 feels a little low. How about 45?
45.
I gave a little, you gave a little. That seems more fair.
Yes, well, very well. We'll agree on 45 then.
Perfect. And he pulls out a giant stack of documents.
Oh, this is lovely. All right. Shall we? Okay. And how many places do I sign?
Oh, here,
Yeah, it just kinda follows along, like-
here.
Yeah.
About an hour later, all the documents have been signed. Theodosius finally, Jebediah says, "It has been an absolute pleasure doing business with you."
Theodosius's hand is very clammy. It's not actually like moist. It
Yeah.
just feels like it should be.
Yeah, it's like, anyway, you'll find your friend Chet has been delivered back to the town of Freedom Ridge. He's probably waiting at Roy's, because he's got nothing else to do.
Do you relay that?
Yeah, I relay all of that back. Well, Jebediah, I'd like to say this has been a pleasure. It certainly has been a business meeting. And I wish you well as you float on your desk around the lazy river.
Oh, I will, and please, feel free to enjoy the rest of your time at the park.
Oh, I think we'll certainly be taking you up on that, perhaps. Well,
Here's some complimentary vouchers for free meals.
oh, we'll take those, absolutely. Take them. Kind of just sort of merges them into the body and wanders back out to the waiting room to
Have a corny time.
Jebediah, did they make you say that?
No, I choose to.
No, that's worse.
Jebediah,
That's worse.
forgive me for asking, but whose idea was naming this park Acorn? It was yours. That
Pretty
was
good, right?
your idea. And what kind of like, you know, what sort of discussions or kind of big planning meetings were involved in that? Like, were there a lot of voices heard, or was that mainly just you?
Just me.
That tracks.
Yeah. Mr. Carpenter said, he said to me, Jebediah, the park is yours to do with as you please.
And tell me, I'm just out of just a sort of morbid curiosity, what drove you to name it the Acorn?
Well, when we got here, there was a massive, massive, massive grove of acorn trees.
And
We raised all of it to make this park.
So something in the sort of an homage for, yeah. All right. Well,
Sort of a
thank you for-
mausoleum to
Yeah.
deforestation.
Thank you for assuaging my curiosity on such a trivial matter.
Happy to.
Yeah, wish you well, and a good day to you. And hitches up the the trunks and the bandolier, and kind of saunters soggily out the door.
Yeah.
And back to the people.
Yeah. You're all back together.
Do we just enjoy our day now and let Chet rest? I don't know.
I mean, we do have free run of the park.
I would like to check out the water slides.
It does sound kind of fun.
What's Jinx looking at?
Jinx, hold on.
You weren't being considerate.
And not to put too fine a point on it, just a joke. How do we imagine your current situation would handle being soaking wet?
Oh, it's gonna be terrible, but I'm not thinking about that right now.
Just thinking about the experience you might
Just
have.
the
Yeah.
experience, the bonding, the friends you're gonna make along the way, the people you're gonna meet.
Do you imagine you're going to make more friends than the group you have around us right now?
Well, I reckon I'll try, but you guys are still my favorite.
All right. Well, just as long as we've established that. I mean, perhaps we should go and check out Chet. As beguiling as the water park is for some of us.
I'm worried about my kitchen.
Yeah, that seems like a very reasonable.
May I dump one soda on a water slide to make it sticky?
Yeah, I'm fine with that, personally. We get to keep the cup, so
Alright.
Yeah,
it's commemorative.
what, are you going to try to do it sneakily, or are you being extremely overt about it?
No, I want everyone to see.
Okay. You do that.
Can she roll for stickiness?
Yeah, give me a percentile roll.
What's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2 digits and the 1 digit one also.
50?
So roll a d10 also.
7?
All right, 57. Yeah. On a percentage of 100% sticky to 0% sticky, it's 57% sticky.
Oh, that's pretty sticky.
Yeah,
Pretty sticky.
you see
It's
as
giant
you,
head
I was
sticky.
gonna say it's
Yeah.
movie theater floor sticky.
yeah, definitely. You as you're leaving, you look back at your handiwork, and you see somebody who is coming down the slide, and then suddenly their shirt sticks to the slide, and it's just ripped off.
Oh, guys, she's
Wait,
cackling. She's
wait,
cackling.
I think it's the first time we've maybe ever seen Tavora laugh.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's
It's unsettling.
The tongue is just kind of stays out for all of it, and the eyes roll really fast, and I'm just like, yeah.
I think this is actually joy we're witnessing. I don't know if she needs
Yes. Soon it will all be sticky.
help. And that's your goal, huh?
That is my goal.
Well, I like to help my friends achieve their goals. So.
Does that mean you empty out your soda as well?
Yeah, I'll go get some more. I go get some Diet Mountain Dew and throw it at a
just assume that on
lifeguard.
the way out of the park, we're stickifying as many water slides as we possibly can.
We're causing.
Acorn trees make sap too.
We're just causing random childish chaos as we leave.
Of course you are. All right, you all leave. You all exit the water park, having made every slide you could find sticky. People are losing clothes left and right.
Just the way I like it.
Did your feathers stick to anything?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, the whole water park is covered in feathers.
Just
They're like
soda,
little
soda
patches
flies
left.
everywhere.
This
was my birthday
I'm very cold right now.
Hard feather of water park.
We soda and bolted a water park.
It's much less problematic.
It's
that
way
way.
less.
All right, but as everybody is,
How are we alive? I don't.
that's a good question.
Why
And,
not stop?
Well, somebody else has that question right now.
Oh.
As your cup of soda, like the last one you get on your way out that you plan on drinking on the ride home, suddenly starts shaking violently. The top blasts off, and you see a massive married genie
I shouldn't have shaken
appear
her
out of the cup.
Oh dear.
Theodosius, Persephone, Amebode.
Baird, Theodosius, what an unexpected pleasure to see you so unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm. I presume you know why I'm here?
Might have a small idea about that. There are certain, sometimes you have to spend money to make money. You taught me that, and I am making an investment in a potential future franchise for you that just might have cost just a few the water rights around here in order to.
How much of the water rights?
We just said the nearest. He wanted 50. I talked him down to 45.
Only 45.
Well, I understand that I've disappointed you, but
And what exactly do I get from this?
we get a chef. We get a very talented chef bringing a brand new cuisine to these lands.
This one seems to disagree with that statement.
Well, to be fair, he has a -1 intelligence. I'm
This
so
whole
sorry to
time
bring this up in
I'm
front of
trying to
others.
sneak a straw into him and drink him.
Yes, slide a handshake.
Harrison also wants to help try to get a drink of this. It's his cup.
All right. Also, would you mind describing?
Yeah, I was
Theodosius'
literally
process?
just about to. Could you describe the
So, just for the idea of what a merit is, the kind of
Water genie.
water genies, yeah. You can imagine like the genie from Aladdin in like color-wise and size-wise. He's like very, very big.
General sexiness, maybe?
I mean,
We go and roll
for six.
for this.
Yes. I mean, that's what you mean. That's what you mean, baby.
You roll percentage of hotness.
That's the hottest number I could have rolled.
What is it?
69.
69% sexy. All right.
Roll a better number.
But he's got like a tailored suit with he's got a very water motif, so it's kind of like the suit looks like waves and it actually can like pulsate as he moves. It looks like waves are moving around him.
Always a dapper dresser.
What was that roll for there, Nick?
That was a 7 to drink.
Roy,
Yes. Oh,
You missed the straw.
You are gonna get hit. Let's see. Make a dexterity save.
Oh, man.
that's the app sucks. I'm sorry.
We'll print a sheet next time.
Let's go.
6.
How many hit points do you have?
35.
Cool. You take 21 damage.
That's a spicy drink.
It was Dr. Pepper, I'm sorry.
And you are pushed 20 feet away and are knocked prone.
yeah. No.
Tell your friends not to drink me.
Yes. I feel like as
I
though
put my camp straw away.
Harrison, yeah, I apologize. But Baron, yes, you're right. The gentleman who just tried to drink you does not have the finest taste in cuisine. But I assure you that this chef is up and coming and will prove, like, if we start a franchise around him, I think we can really kind of diversify. Haven't we talked about diversifying your portfolio a little bit? I know water rights are very important to you.
It's my main thing.
It is sort of your whole thing.
And you know how much I hate this water park? This abomination upon nature.
It sucks.
Using water for entertainment?
I think you will find nothing but a very sympathetic audience to that, and we agree. That's why we sabotaged it as we were walking out.
I'm trying to snap my fingers together in agreement that's just like.
So absolutely. So we I apologize for the setting,
And that doesn't even begin to cover the fact that you went into town to buy water rights, which you did not accomplish.
No.
And if I remember correctly, I believe you gambled some of my water rights. And you didn't even read the rules about the house rules of the poker tournament.
The thing is that no, yes, well, you do make a very fair point.
Baron, sir, your eminence, what do I call you? Just Mr. What is it? How to
Mr. Oasis will do.
Mr. Iglesias, my name is Harreson Heighpenny. I am a farmer, a father, maybe still a husband. We're still working it out. We're supposed to meet up for coffee next week. Kind of feel it. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Mr. Theodosius, trusted comrade and compatriot, has served your business faithfully on this entire venture. He may have lost you these rights. Yes. He may have gambled away other water rights. Yes. He may have maybe not done the best in a business meeting. He was maybe a little outclassed.
You're doing a terrible job of trying to convince me he didn't mess up.
But what I'm saying is, are we not all humanoid? Do we not bleed if you stick us something?
You bring up an interesting point.
He does love to talk about bleeding.
Oh,
true.
not the bleeding, the humanoid part.
Oh, yes.
You are all humanoid.
That's true.
Last time I checked.
And, well, Theodosius, I know you are particularly fond of your ability to present a
I
human.
present myself as a sophisticated man of leisure in business.
Indeed. So I think a fitting punishment for this might be removal of that ability.
No.
Why? Yeah,
No.
Theodosius just dissolves into a puddle.
I grab the trunks. I try to scoop him into the trunks. I try to put him into the netting.
Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Yes, I think it would be good for you to stay in this form for quite a while. No adventures for you, no buying and selling water rights. I think you just exist in this form, unable to do anything. And you contemplate the mistakes you've made. And he zoops back into the cup. And it turns back into soda.
I throw the cup as far away as I can.
God, no one else drink the Dr. Pepper.
By the nine hells, what in the nine hells?
Nobody look at me.
Douche.
Don't.
Don't go.
Douche.
Don't go.
Just everybody look away. I just need to. And even it's starting to kind of like lose some capacity for language. Even I think.
Yeah, you are actively reverting back to an unevolved ooze.
Oh no, I go grab the cup and I try to scoop him in.
You can do it.
You have to walk. I threw it pretty far.
Yeah.
They scoop you into the cup.
And just kind of. So that will. Sort of.
It's okay.
And any glimmer of the mustachioed pseudo face that you come to know dissolves. And Theodosius is no more. You have a cup full of ooze.
I picked the mustache out of it. I screw the lid on. Not too tight, but just enough not to spill.
Take the straw out, there's an air hole.
Yeah. I whisper into it. You will be missed. I kiss the top lightly. I pass it around.
And now that you have lost the ability to do anything, I know the perfect place for you. Perfect resting place.
We go back to Roy's. And we do find Chet in the kitchen making the mess we expected to make. And we'll deal with the fallout of all of this next time on Total Party.